As 2024 comes to a close, Uganda's public debt has soared to unprecedented levels, reaching 94 trillion shillings, according to the current Ministry of Finance Annual Statistical Bulletin for June 2024. However, the finance minister insists that Uganda's debt remains sustainable despite growing concerns from critics who disagree.
We have a debt, but sustainable, and we are servicing that debt. Have you understood? If they, no, I don't, let me not say this. We are cautious now on borrowing. Very cautious. Very cautious. The only problem is that when we bring some of that money, some people started doing like this.
Civil society organizations are asking government to renegotiate and restructure its debt rather than overburdening domestic resource mobilization, which cripples the economy.
There is an urgent need to adopt alternative strategies to address the growing debt crisis and demanding illicit financial flows. Debt swaps, debt restructuring, and renegotiation mechanism should be explored to alleviate the burden of unsustainable debt while ensuring that borrowed funds are directed towards long-term productive development.
International financial organizations like the IMF and World Bank have been put on the spot over their influence on the types of debt African countries incur. As long as Uganda's expenditure exceeds its income, borrowing will remain unavoidable.
There's a misconception that we borrow because we have needs, because we have to do infrastructure investments, because we have to spend on social projects and the like. But that's not why we borrow. We borrow because we have a deficit. So if you're going to talk about debt, you must have a deficit. There's a difference between your income and your expenditure. And if your expenditure is less than your income, definitely you are going to have to borrow. And that is where the discussion starts.
If only the borrowed funds are invested productively, not wasted, debt management could improve.
So our advice on debt is that first, we need to look out for those projects that are indeed not functioning, and we cut our losses, but also improve on the delivery of executing some of these particular loans. And second also is we need to look at concessional borrowing so that we don't have these expensive loans, especially borrowing from the domestic market. That is our biggest threat and one of the biggest things that we need to address. So,
to ease the debt pressure, the Finance Ministry recently announced plans to drastically reduce external borrowing by 98%, government spending to be slashed by over 20%, while domestic borrowing through treasury bonds to be cut by 54%. Ronah Nahabwe, NTV Business.